Om Sai Ram, The Shirdi Dairy, penned by the Honorable Mr. G.S. Kapadi, second and long stay at Shirdi, dated 19-1912. Mr. Dikshit, his wife, Madhavrao Deshpande, Hiralal, and others went away this morning. The Dikshits went to Nagpur for the thread ceremony of his son, Babu. Madhavrao went to Harda for a similar ceremony in a friend's house. After prayer, we held a Panchadashi class. Morgankar said that he lost his watch and chain. They were both valuable, being of gold. They were searched for in vain. We saw Sain Baba go out and again after he returned. The midday arati passed off as usual, except that there were two charmers instead of one. Bala Sahib Bate worshipped and wished to stay for the arati, but Sain Sahib ordered him home. After food, I lay down for a while and then we continued our Panchadashi class with our usual members. Later on, Dada Kelkar, Bala Shimpi, and others came. We saw Sain Maharaj at his evening stroll and after Vada Arati attended the siege Arati with the artificial gardens and moon were used for the first time. They looked very nice and attracted a large crowd. Sain Sahib did not appear to dislike them. I think the moon is helpful. Bhishma read Bhagavat and then Samasas of Dada both tonight. Mr. Natekar alias Hamsa writes to me today to say that I owe to return to Amravati by the end of this month. And the day was wrapped. Now let me take you to the next day, dated 22-1912. We attended the Kakadarati and the remarkable part of it was that Sain Sahib left the Chavadi and entered the masjid without saying a single word except God is the greatest of all. After prayer, I, Upasani, Bapu Sahib Jog, Bhishma and Mrs. Lakshmi Bai held a Panchadashi class. When I went to the masjid after Sain Sahib returned from his morning walk, he said he wished to get the masjid rebuilt. He said there was enough money for it and went on talking about it. Some Baroda ladies have come here. They attended the midday arati. It passed off as usual. Radha Krishna Bai had the eggs of stroke hung up where Sain Sahib sits and he had them pulled down and thrown away. We continued our Panchadashi class in the afternoon and I went to the masjid about 6 pm. Sain Sahib told two stories of which do what I like. I cannot recall the first. I asked my wife and all those present and they also forgot, which is wonderful. The other story was that there was an old woman living with her son. He used to assist in the disposal of the dead body of everybody in the village and got remuneration for it. There prevailed a sort of plague and many died. So his emoluments were great. Allah met her one day and told her not to profit by the trade of her son. She spoke about it to her son, but the latter paid no attention and eventually died. The old woman then maintained herself by spinning cotton. Allah told her to go to the house of the relation of her husband, but she declined to do so. One day, some Brahmins came to purchase cotton from her, spied out all the details of her house, and broke into it at night. One of the burglars stood naked before her. She told him to run away as the town people would murder him for his crime. So the man ran away. Eventually, the old woman died and was born as the daughter of the burglar. I am not quite sure that I understood the story quite right. We saw Sain Sahib at his evening stroll, and at night, after the Vada Arati, Bhishma read Bhagavat and Dashabhota. And the day was wrapped. Now let me take you to the next day, dated 21-1912. I got up as usual, but my prayers were disturbed by the noise which Devaji, whom we call Sakshat Karibua, made. I managed to control my mind and finished my prayers. Later, we saw Sain Maharaj go out and held a Panchadashi class. After it, I went to the masjid and saw Sain Baba being served by Baroda ladies. A dancing woman of Bombay arrived today and sang in few songs in the masjid. She says she is a pupil of Balakrishna Bua. Sain Baba heard her songs, then the midday arati passed off as usual. Sain Baba was in a very good mood. After midday meal, I lay down for a while and then continued our Panchadashi class with our usual members. About sunset, I went to see Sain Baba at his evening stroll, and again after Vada Arati for the Sage Arati. The procession and the other arrangements were grand today. The bhajan was with cymbals and all. The Bombay dancing girl gave a few songs in the masjid also after the Sage Arati. At night, Bhishma read Bhagavat and the Shabod. And the day was wrapped. Now let me take you to the next day dated 22 to 1912. This morning there was Kakad Arati and we all attended it. The Baroda ladies went away after the Arati with their attendants. The Bombay dancing girl also went away with her men. She said she wished to go to Amravati. We held a Panchadashi class. After it, I learned that my wife had a dream this morning today before 9 a.m. Sain Baba also asked Data Kelkar and Bala Shimpi whether I was talking of going away. There is note from Natikar Hansa that I would be permitted to return to Amravati about the end of this month. All this raised the hopes of my wife, but at the midday Arati time there was no mention of the matter made by Sain Baba. Madhavrav Deshpande returned in the time for the midday Arati from Harda. His wife and children also came from Ahmednagar. After the midday meal, I lay down for a while and then continued a Panchadashi class till nearly nightfall, when I hastened to masjid and saw Sain Baba and took Udi. At night, Bhishma read Dashabodh and Bhagavat and had bhajan. Mr. Bate, Mr. Bapu Sahib, Abkari inspector, and some children of the latter came to see me at night, and we sat talking for some time on the usual subject of the wonders daily worked by Sain Baba. Madhavrav Deshpande was also present then. And the day was wrapped this way, and now let us move on to the next day, dated 23 to 1912. I got up as usual, prayed in the morning and held the Panchadashi class. Besides our usual members, a lady from Nasik by name Mrs. Sundarbai was present. We saw Sain Baba go out and again at the masjid after he returned to the masjid. He told me a story how when he was young, he went out one morning and suddenly became a girl and continued to be so for some time. He did not give many details. The midday Arati passed off as usual. Many people came to worship today. After the midday meal, I lay on for a while and then continued our Panchadashi class. Madharav asked Sain Baba today about my return and got a reply to the effects that, times being very unfavorable to me, I would have to remain here a few months more. In the evening, we went to see Sain Baba at the evening stroll and then after the Vada Arati. Here the Sage Arati and later on Bhishma read Bhagavat and Dashabodh. And the day was wrapped. Now let us move on to the next day, dated 24 to 1912. I attended the Kakad Arati and then held a Panchadashi class. We saw Sain Maharaj go out and later on attended the masjid for the midday Arati. Everything went off very much as usual, and after the midday meal, I lay around for a while. Mr. Sani, Mamladar of Kopagaon, and Mr. Nana Sahib, Revenue Inspector, came with Bala Sahib Bate and sat talking for some time. After they went away, we continued our Panchadashi class, but the progress was very slow. We saw Sain Baba at his evening stroll, and in the evening, the Nasik ladies assisted in the bhajans after the Vada Arati. They have got voices, but they appear to be very weak and can make no sustained effort. And the day was wrapped. Let us wind up for today, and tomorrow we'll see what will happen on date 25 to 1912. Om Shri Sainataya Namaha.